if you ever come down to training camp or watch our practices, like we hit them bags every day, and that's what we do. Stouts, he's crazy about that drill.
Hi everybody, my name's Jason Lombardi. I'm an inspector at DryTech. At DryTech we offer three major services, the first one being basement waterproofing, the second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs, and then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, give DryTech a call or check us out online.
Yeah, exactly.
No question. We're going to go out to Arizona right now, talk to Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson, brought to us by DryTech. If your basement is flooding from all this rain and all the rain, call DryTech. Lane, first off, how are you and how are the rest of your offensive line mates?
Good. Yeah, obviously wasn't a pretty game by any means. I feel like we had a lot of areas where we could have capitalized on, but yeah, we had some guys battle through. Kels, Isaac, Driscoll got stepping in, Sua, Opeta. So yeah, just a big night for the O-line crew.
Hey, Lane, from an offensive perspective, was this the most physical game you guys played up to this point?
I think, when it comes to the run game, I feel like they had good matchups. I feel like they were active, quick, and then their backers were very good. I feel like they had a good game plan against us. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like I said, we had moments where we had big plays, and you think we're about to go down there and make it a 2-score game, but that wasn't the case. So, we got a lot to work on. We know that, and, yeah, we got to get that stuff fixed.
Lane, I know that, this question I'm going to ask you is normally, it's incumbent upon the quarterback and the wide receivers. And I have to ask because, we've seen this. We saw it in week 1. We saw it, today. Do you guys have sight adjustments built into, the offense? Like when you get a blitz look as far as, pre-snap, is there sight adjustments between the quarterback and the wide receivers on the outside? Because it looks like to me that it's incumbent upon you guys up front to protect whatever it looks like, but the routes remain the same. Now, I know that Jalen does a lot of checking at the line of scrimmage. I think that there was something that Dallas Goedert just said in his interview. But sometimes it looks like there's plays to be made and that those sight adjustments need to happen in order for Jalen to do his job efficiently and to take some pressure off of you guys as well.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a lot more fluid. Obviously there's plays to throw hot on. I felt like, there was times their pass rush capitalized. I don't know what happened early. I know he escaped the pocket a bunch of times. So obviously there was pressure from somewhere. But, at the end of the day, he's able to capitalize and make plays off of that. And, but, as the offense, we know we have a lot of stuff to fix. I mean, this wasn't our cleanest game. It's a very, very ugly game. And, moving forward, got a lot to work on.
Lane, you guys had established yourselves in the early goings of the game, and a lot of it was thanks to interception. You guys were able to punch it in a couple of different goal line situations with quarterback sneaks. But then later in the game, it didn't seem like the offense was able to gain that momentum until that 17-play drive. And you guys seemed to trust the run a little bit more. Would you wish you'd seen that a little bit earlier in the game, or do you feel like that was just dialed up at the right time during that 17-play drive?
We start off hot, and it's just how the style of the game goes. I feel like we were making big plays downfield early, so it's kind of hard to get away from that. And then as the game progresses and evolves, you attack it differently, make halftime adjustments. And, a lot of guys on the O-line, played through something, and Jack Driscoll played a hell of a game. Sua Opeta stepping in, Cam Jurgens, that's a lot of people rotating in and out. And, hats off to those guys and Coach Stout.
Hey, Lane, can you give us an update on some of your offensive linemen? I mean, I knew Dickerson went down. He came back. Jason Kelsey got nicked up. He limped off the field. Are these guys going to be good to go next week? Because next week is the one everybody's been waiting for.
I'm not a medical professional, but I think I saw him walking around the locker room. So I think
so he's good, 100%.
Oh my goodness, Lane.
Awesome.
Lane, do you think you guys got away from the run a little bit too much in the first half? I mean, that had been your bread and butter a lot this season.
Yeah, I mean, we had a better second half. Before this, if the second half wasn't. We've always been having a great second quarter. Didn't really have a great second half, but I felt like at times when we needed to cut down the clock and make some plays, we did. Yeah, like I said, some of those pass plays early, making big chunks, and then trying to turn away from that. It's just the rhythm of the game, and so we make our adjustments as best we can after every series. That's really what it comes down to, and communication.
Lane, the plays that are called are the plays that you guys run. But from an offensive lineman standpoint, don't you just feel like, you guys up front are in your rhythm a lot more when you can get to your run game and then get to your pass game? I know as a defensive player, one of the most demoralizing things, that we ever experienced was having a team run the ball down your throat and there's nothing that you can do about it, which then opens up the rest of the playbook once you start go play action, misdirection, everything else. But I got to imagine as an offensive lineman, your mentality has got to be let's mash them. And then once we kick the pass, it makes life a lot easier. And then when you've got, your second teamers in as well, isn't it a lot easier for those kids to run block than it is to pass block, too much?
Yeah. If you ever come down to training camp or watch our practices, we hit them bags every day, and that's what we do. Stout's he's crazy about that drill, and they're really firing off. I feel like that's been a style of approach for a long time. But yeah, I mean, there's different things to approach in the pass game. A lot of defenses try to create space as much as they can, and it's really like a chess match there. So yeah, like you said, a bunch of guys stepped up and made plays. That's not easy to do with with some of the rotations.
Certainly. Lane, one of the things I really admired about the team leaders, yourself being one of them, especially Jason Kelsey as well, talking about how you guys will critique wins the same way we will losses. Is this one of those victories that you feel like there's a lot that still has to be corrected despite it being a W?
No, I mean, it's really Monday's really like the day where you're going to answer the bell. You go back to the tape and, they say the eye in the sky, and really you just go back and really be highly self-critical of yourself. And a lot of the game goes down to his effort and trying to play with good technique. And so really what it comes down to.
Hey, Lane, leading up to this game, this Eagles team had been the talk of the National Football League because you're the last of the undefeated standing. How much does the veteran leadership in this locker room on a daily or weekly basis talk about don't read your press clippings, don't start feeling yourselves? We have to stay focused week to week because we haven't accomplished what we want to accomplish in the bigger scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, I just you got to maintain the course. I feel like really you got to get lost in your work and enjoy coming to work and working hard and having fun with the guys. As cliche as it sounds, that's what it's about. The Wednesdays and Thursdays and the Fridays, get prepared for the game. So yeah, that's really what you got to focus on. You got to treat practice very seriously and don't take anything lightly.
Hey Lane, every game, every win is a hard win to get, man. So I'm gonna just say to you, man, enjoy it. You guys get healthy. Good luck next week. Beat Dallas, man. I'm gonna pass it back over to Farzy.
Yeah. Aside from all that, congratulations on being 5-0, and hopefully you guys can continue this heading against the Dallas Cowboys. Lane, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Lane Johnson, Eagles right tackle, best right tackle in football, joining us right there, brought to us by Dry Tech. I mean, certainly you guys, after, and Seth, you know this better than us, of course, when it comes to a win, you enjoy it no matter what on that game day, and then afterwards is where you start to hit that tape.
Now, listen, there's not a guy in that locker room right now that's pleased with how that game turned out. You're happy to get the win because of how hard it is to win in the NFL. People don't realize, there's only 1,696 players in all of the NFL. Think about that number, okay? So when you're talking about that number, you're talking about the elite of the elite. And it's hard to win, even against so-called bad football teams, because even bad football teams have good good or great players on their roster. So, you know, a win is a win. They're hard to come by. You take them, you accept them, but you're also always critical. I mean, I don't care how good you play. You can always look at the film and find something you can do better. And I don't care how bad you think you played, you'll always look at the film and you'll find something that you did exceptional. That's just the nature of the game.
That's how they got to 5-0. They were hypercritical going into the season. They were hypercritical of the fact that that paper was looking so good, and now they're hypercritical of the fact that, yeah, we're 5-0, but there's still a lot to improve upon, and that's how this team ultimately will continue to get better. We'll dissect it more when we come back here on the Pond Lehocky Postgame Show.
Hi everybody, my name's Jason Lombardi. I'm an inspector at DryTech. At DryTech we offer 3 major services, the first one being basement waterproofing, the second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs, and then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, give DryTech a call or check us out online.